Thank you, Skype. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
We're back for more Cube. This time with me is Kabanaw.
Hello, I'm Kavanaugh.
And this time we have a quest.
Right, so today's Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a time of celebrating the holidays. You know what my favorite part about Christmas is?
What's your favorite part about Christmas, Kevin?
The greed.
Greed? Yes!
Greed.
You want presents?
I want
things.
everything. I want to take everything.
So the plan today is we are going to go for the most valuable deck. Not in the sense of, like, currency value, but in the sense of value.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to jam on the strongest cards.
Yep.
The best combos.
So we're going to go ahead and, when we pick cards here, we're going to go back and forth on what we think the most valuable, things like Revelark, things like Thragtusk value, things like
Planeswalkers, stuff like that.
Things like...
So my dream for this deck is no basics, 5 signets,
Okay.
and the rest of the cards are planeswalkers.
That would be pretty great. I mean, yesterday, I don't really know how it occurred, but I was playing a single Sacred Foundry, but in my sideboard there were 10 non-basics off color.
That was amazing.
It's like, here's Volcanic Island and Overgrown Tomb and like 3 fetches off color. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm in the single. I'm in the right one. Good. I wanted to make sure I was in the right zone here.
Single limb. Because you want those Urza packs.
More Urza packs.
Also faster playtime because you don't have to have 4 games finish every round.
Yeah, that's more of the... I don't know, that's more of it. These live fast, die young sort of drafts.
Right. Alright, we're starting. Lotus. Workshop.
Alright. So, in this pack, we need to come to a consensus on... We have a minute to come to a consensus on the most valuable card. How much value we can get out of something.
So, Resto Angel is pretty good on that front.
Yes. As far as value goes, Resto Angel...
As you save a guy, you rebuy their ETB, like... It's just a 3/4 flying for... It's just efficient.
Yep.
There's also Palancron.
Yep. Ooh, Palancron is also quite valuable. I guess there's an argument to be made for Vamp Tutor in there as well.
Right, definitely. There's also Workshop.
So what direction do we want to take this?
There's also Swords, but that's just really kind of a good card, you know?
Yeah, that's a good card. Again, that's the difference between value and a good card. So,
right.
Let's
go. I really like Resto Angel.
Well, I think we're going to end up with a lot of ETB effects.
Right.
Just by the nature of what we're picking.
Right, of course.
So, I'm trying to think what else I would want out of that pack. Ooh. Okay, so as far as straight value goes, Kitchen Finks is on top here.
Oh, man.
But we also have Caracas.
There's also Primus.
Yeah, that's... Think of how much value you could get out of, there's a lot to be gotten out of a Finks when you Finks and then reset the Finks and get, 8 life.
There's also Primus. Kill the Primus. Reset the Primus with a Resto Angel. Kill the Primus. Whoops, you have no more lands left. Or Signets, whatever you want.
That's also possible. And I don't think there's any other real contenders for that. I don't know how much I would value Caracas. I love Caracas, but I don't know how much I would call it value.
Right. The biggest problem, I guess, Kitchen Finks, in the reasonable land, it's a white card. But, I mean, I don't know how, if we're gonna value reason over, how much we value reason versus value here.
Well, I'm picking the Primus, so...
That's good, yeah. Plus, we'll open a Mirari, which is, no problem.
Okay, so
Corsair.
Corsair's value, but we also have Solemn.
Ooh.
This is a hard. Okay, here's again the difference between this draft and others. Sword of War and Peace, strong. I don't know how much value we're getting out of Sword.
No, it's just damage.
There's no marginal card advantage to be gotten here. It's just
No,
life damage.
unlike a lot of the other swords, get you that marginal upside, like feast and famine that to untap your lands and mince your own discard. This is a really tough choice though. Corsair and Solemn are both very good.
Mm-hmm. Corsair, they're both incredibly valuable cards. This one has the +1 life gained. This one has.
I suppose Solemn works better with our Angel right now.
True. Corsair keeps us alive a little better, and
that's true.
Keeps us more in green.
I think Corsair, yeah, I'm good with Corsair.
I think these are equivalent on the. Honestly, if the Solemn had better art.
Ooh, prime time.
So prime time. Looking at small value, we have the Wall of Omens, which is come into play, draw a card. We have Sylvan Library, which has a lot of that, but prime time. I think this deck's going to have a lot of big creatures going on.
The other option, I think, is Xenagos if you want to do 3-color. Just because Xenagos is lets you ramp out your big stuff. But then again, I think there's a pretty good chance it wheels.
That can happen. I've had that. I've seen that.
There's a Signet here. There's 2 typed dual lands. There's a fetch. There's Wall of Omens, Inquisition. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah.
I think we may.
I'd like to get Wall of Omens, even the Signet back.
Right. There's a lot of stuff that we like to get back here, and probably won't get any of it.
Mirari's Wake, Thread
Yes,
Tusk.
we want that. Oh no! We have to choose?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, the thing about Mirari's Wake, it's not value in and of itself, but it's a value enabler.
Right. This is a card that allows us to play the Woodfall Primus, and it allows us to play other things, as well as the +1/+1.
Right, but Thragtusk may be the most value-friendly creature that's ever been printed. Oh, that's standard.
I know.
I mean, I guess...
This is tough.
I mean, I guess, if the Thragtusk is going to wheel, then Mirari's Wake would wheel. Right?
Right. I'm going to depend on Wake. Yeah, I'm going to risk it.
Yeah.
Greed is part of this.
Right.
Okay, so... This is anti-value. Containment Priest, we have... Wall of Blossoms, maybe? Just as most value-friendly card in here.
Plowhunter just as card advantage.
That's also good, too. Again, this is straightforward. This is...
Right, yeah. Additionally, I'm also thinking, we also still want to make a good deck, because the most valuable thing you can do is win.
True.
But, I see the Blossoms here.
Yeah, we need stuff to do.
Right, stuff to do early that stops, the red deck from hitting you for 1 million. So we can get to our Thragtusk and gain back all of our life. That or Scooz. Scooz is, do we want to just go straight for the Praetor, though? We don't have a 7 yet.
Look at this pod curve. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god. If we find Pod, we take Pod. Because Pod is the most the most value card that's ever been printed.
It's true. Scooz is cool, but Elishnorn...
But I mean, a Wrath?
Yeah.
And an Anthem all in one?
Okay, one thing we're gonna have to be careful with is at this point, our top end, we need to in order to enable value, one must find ways to cast those cards.
So
Brushlands, Song of the
Triad
Tribe
is mono green removal, which is really weird and probably shouldn't have been printed, but whatever. Brushland, yeah, it enables our sweet stuff. There's also Crucible.
Yeah, I would say technically I think Crucible's the most valuable card. But...
Right, so we could take that and just hope we see the Wasteland and the Strip Mind. strip mine.
Strip
But
mine.
I think Brushland is just
Let's get
enables us.
again, as you said earlier, being able to cast our cards is an extremely
Ooh,
important part.
Arbor Elf came back. I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff out of this. Oh, Patent Chronos came back, but we kind of knocked ourselves out of blue.
Look at our curve.
Yeah, right.
All right. We're good. We got a 1 through 8.
We can only take one card of each converted mana cost. So you got to find a 9 next, and then a 10.
All right. Well, we can take a 0 still. Lands. I guess we have a land, but
Right, which is null at CMC.
yeah.
So we can take a Mox.
Wow.
The Finks came back, also the Elves. But,
Yikes.
you know what? I think though, like,
How did both of these come back?
I don't know.
I didn't expect either.
I know. No one's in green, which
No
I guess
one's
is
in
great
green.
for us.
I think that means I feel better about picking up the Finks rather than the Elves because this has.
Because that's a redundant thing, whereas Sphinx is its only thing that does it.
Yes.
Plus, I think we need to shore up, our early game. Yeah.
That's too much. I could hate the Sulfuric
too deep.
Vortex. I could
Um,
figure we can't really play, but maybe Spirit of the Labyrinth
Yeah.
is anti-value.
right. That stops value. That's not really what we want.
I'm stealing Vortex.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we got a fetch.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. What back out of this one? Was I saying I wanted back at least?
Hmm?
I said I wanted something back.
Yeah,
That wasn't that.
there were cards in here, but
Oh, right, it was the Planeswalker.
we knew that they weren't coming back. Helix, Parallax Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can use we have a lot of come into play effects, so we can use this not only as like a get everybody out of the way, but as a
Right, Oh,
give me All right, so now we need to double up on all CMCs.
yes. Now we need to make the second layer of our
What?
Yeah!
That can't be our last pick.
Disappointing because didn't get back from Mirari's Wake.
That's weird. I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
weird.
we got back all that green stuff, and ooh.
All right. So, value arbitration. We have Fauna Shaman and Nissa.
Right, so Nissa makes lands creatures permanently.
Yep.
Or untaps forests.
Both good. Both good.
So a ramp piece.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a weird as a 5 CMC ramp piece, considering we're ramping into 7s and 8s.
Right. That's pretty real.
Yeah. Also, Guild of Lotus for that.
Also real. I think Nissa's more.
Right. I think it's more us.
Yep. This is also the path down here.
There's also a path,
that's
but I mean,
power
like,
consideration. Then
whatever.
Also, Nissa's an idiot.
Yeah.
I guess that's a consideration.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, no matter what we take, well, I guess the path would be our second one. So
ooh. Is that, well, how about this? Let's do this. We'll move the plow under there.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. We'll just. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe we can replace Parallax Wave at 2 and get like another Arbor Elf or like Noble Hierarch even.
Yeah.
Tarmogoyf.
Let's see. Well, Goyf is real good.
Regrowth. I don't. Silverblade?
I don't know about Silverblade in this deck.
Yeah. A lot of lands. in
Yeah,
this
a lot
deck.
of lands. Not really any that we want.
I never know how good Goyf is in Cube. Like, I haven't encountered it actually being worthwhile.
I mean, is that a regrowth, I think?
Right, and honestly, Regrowth is more likely to come back around, I feel.
Right. Plus, it's, like, not great in art. I mean, I guess it's fine in our deck. It's good in, like, the Storm deck. Gets back their Brain Freeze for another round.
Yeah, Tendrils again, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But I'd say the Goyf. Or maybe the Paladin.
I guess I don't think the Paladin's gonna do as much in here.
No.
So yeah, we'll go with the Goyf. This is a type of value. This is a different
Oh, hello, Ruffalos.
segment below the cut. I mean,
Yeah,
this one looks pretty damn clear cut.
yeah, it does. Um, Thalia is anti-value,
Yeah.
which I mean is a type of value, but I think Orphelos is more unplanned for what we've done, for what we're building here.
We got Duck Flamingo here.
Yep, Dark Fargo.
Hmm.
There's red hands because that's how they punish people in a place.
How far do I have to go to call this man Dan Teasdale? Pretty far.
It's kind of far,
It's a bit
not
of a
like
stretch.
super far, but
That's a bit of a stretch.
yeah.
All right, but yeah. Honestly, I don't think we're getting much back in this pack in the come around.
Tangle wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Yep. If this weren't just the value world, I would say search.
Mm-hmm. Search is
But
very
this is the
good.
value world, so
Right, we're in
First
Value
thought.
Town. I will stand by. Cryptic Command is very value friendly.
yeah.
When you can do anything, you can usually choose value.
But here we can just pod up to Elishnorn
Mm-hmm.
and then just destroy everything. But yeah, let's take the birthing pod
Yeah.
and make our multi-layer cake actually do stuff with multiple layers.
Mmm. Okay, so we want more. We would like more things like one drop.
Yeah, like more search effects, more dorks. Might get Master of the Wild Hunt back here, honestly. That's
Mhm.
what I expect to see.
We could pick up Reclamation Sage.
Rex Age is pretty good
Yeah.
in this. Plus, then, we pod away our. Oh, there's also Cloud Goat, though.
Yeah, that was my other thought. Was Cloud Goat, which
Like,
is
go
very
from Resto
powerful.
into Cloud Goat.
Mm-hmm. We would also like more fours that have come into play effects. Reclamation Sage is extremely good in
It is.
this. I guess this is a choice. How white do we want to end up?
Not super, I don't think. Like, if our. I honestly would be happy if our only double white card is Elishnorn at 7 that we can pod into.
The thing is, Raphelos tells me that we want to be more green than anything
Right,
else.
because we want to play lots of forests.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's take the Sage.
Yeah.
Because that is always going to be a 2-for-1 in Cube.
This
Like,
would be
we'll always
great
hit a
for-
Signet or something.
Ever since Pilgrim, also Survival.
Alvison's Swergum lets us be a little less heavy on our white land requirement.
Yep. I mean, we do want. We need these one drops
Right.
for the deck to
Yeah, we want the
operate.
dorks. Like, this will be our third dork, which is, good. We want more, but that's good. And, yeah, we'll get the angel back. I'm not that we're too worried about that.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. This will just come right back around.
Yeah, like, who else plays the Angel of Serenity but the white-green ramp pod deck?
Yeah, we are hedging our value. You
Oh,
need-
man. We sack Primetime to get Angel of Serenity, then pull back Primetime with Angel of Serenity.
Oh my god. Okay, well, Avenger of Zendikar is another 7 for us to
That's,
have.
that's 7, and that's also just, that's a whole bunch of creatures.
If we were more white, this would be a consideration, but I feel like we're just a splash of white. Like Resto and Elishnorn are fine.
Banishing is just removal, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Beast Within's the same. It's like, it's
Yeah.
removal. Look, yeah, Beast Within has, like, reasons for us to pick it, but it's not value. Like,
No, not like Avenger is,
Look at
especially with
this.
the pod in our deck.
look at what it does.
A pod from Primetime into Avenger. What do you channel though? But what do you have to channel into? Like turn 2,
Not a lot.
Nothing right now
It's
because
like
we
turn
we have
4.
a whole bunch of mana requirements.
Yeah.
Channel is like sweet though.
I know. That's why I have it highlighted right now.
Yeah, we'll find an Eldrazi. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, look, there's got to be an Eldrazi in here, right? Also,
Yeah.
Edric's pretty value heavy too.
He is. If we had better mana right now, I would say yeah, let's go for it. But we don't. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
It's perfect.
Wow. Oh, I could channel in a Phyrexian Revoker.
Best use of channel there.
That's a lot of value.
Yeah, cast channel, then I make 2 mana to play Phyrexian Revoker.
Well, like, what if it's like I go channel into Nissa untap all my lands, and then I'm gold, like, and then it's like, yo.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Well, now we're ready.
Yeah.
Ready to party.
And now we got a second tutor effect. Regrowth came back.
Thinking about picking
Which
up Breeding Pool in case Edric comes back around.
wasn't he in the 8-card pack?
He was in the 9-card pack, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe that was the 9-card pack.
Okay, sure, and we can fetch that with the Windswept Teeth, so yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I feel
Source.
I feel like greed is a heavy part of value.
Like maybe you want to play control magic, you know.
What do we
Saying.
want? What do we want to thieve from here? I guess is the question.
Uh,
Fire Blast.
I mean, if Fire Blast is still here, nobody's gonna be using Fire Blast. I don't think.
Him.
There's also him. Maybe just take him. Is our yes, great.
This would be another breeding pool
Yeah.
consider. Like if this wasn't here, that would be an
Right.
absolute breeding pool consideration. But yeah, we can do that. We can.
Our deck relies on us having like a well sculpted hand.
Every card I wanted out of here. What no?
Ugh.
Um.
I'm puking value.
It's all over.
I want the Ranger. I want that Cloud Goat Ranger.
We're picking it. Nice
Hey,
call. Nice
what's
call.
up?
Rakdos Cackler. Okay.
How is this deck actually looking pretty good?
We need Savannah,
Yes, we do.
and I would like more early stuff. I would like to find. Okay, Freylace.
Freylace gives us a dork every turn.
It's true. Looking at below the cut, we have Sack Tribe Elder, which is also reasonable. I think Freylace is.
Plus, like, you just -2 to destroy something if you need to.
Oh, that's pretty strong in this format. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3. There's 3 in this pack alone, and Grand Architect enables them as well. Like, there's always. Even our deck has
Yeah.
targets. No power. We're not.
No, we haven't found any power yet, which is too bad, but, you know.
Yeah. I think. So, Freylace, I. A dork a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Just looking at what this is shaping to be. Should mark it down there.
We need more Planeswalkers, though.
Oh, she can also be our commander.
Yeah, so, yeah, perfect. We'll start with her in the command zone.
Does Freylace have like an eye patch that's made of like an acorn or something?
I think it might just be an eye patch.
Okay.
But I guess it has to be something nature-y if she's, like, wearing a cloak made of leaves.
Yeah, and there's like a. I can't move the show, but.
Okay, how about...
Okay, so.
Well, so far we have 4 or 5 drops, but only 1 6 drop.
Right. So let me go through the value considerations in this pack. There's below the cut. Primal Command being a command eminently oozes value out of this little
Right,
jar.
of course.
Acidic Slime also oozes value in some
being
manner.
an ooze.
Being an ooze. Being a sackable ooze.
Mm.
Then Elspeth.
Also, that says sack soldiers to find ones.
Elspeth lets us wrath in some way.
Yep.
Which actually a lot of our creatures dodge early.
Right. And so that's important, like, you know, thinking a lot about that, the mythical Tinker into, you know, like a, you know, Blade Steel, there's not much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But Tinker into, Inkwell Leviathan,
We can
Elspeth to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sunpetal Grove is looking nice, but
We'll have another.
not when there's so much value in the pack.
And below the cut is a. Oh!
Perfect, snagging it! There's also Green Sun, but I mean, on-color Rant Piece.
That's tough for me just because of the power of Green Sun. But you know what? We've seen all these green cards come around the first time.
Yeah, no, that's coming back. I'm
Why the hell
sure.
does that not come back? You know?
Yeah, that I mean that either that or Elder's coming back, who
Right.
is also just like, oh yeah, I sack him and I draw 3 cards.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen any
Yeah,
of the like.
two of them are lands, but I draw 3.
Yes. Well, especially like pod.
Yeah. Oh man,
You know, we need fours.
we do.
This is a gap in the curve.
Hmm.
What sort of fours are we looking for? Like what's a card
Let's
we
see.
could open that we'd be happy with at 4?
Well, we already saw Vengevine go by, which I think would have been a very good 4 for us.
Yep.
Um, let's see. There's a sword here.
Mm-hmm.
There's temple. There's balance.
There's balance and there's Temple Garden.
Right. Temple Garden seems pretty serious here.
Balance also seems quite serious.
There's also Genesis Wave. Blarg. I think Temple Garden.
Yeah.
Here. Yes.
Like this is difficult between balance and Temple Garden. I think the trick with balance is it's going to be very hard for us to actually control it. I'm trying to
Like
argue
the
against.
problem is that we are going to be getting so many more cards than our opponent in like any case. I would guess. Like if we're potting for stuff and like pulling out lands. Like I think we're just going to have more cards than our opponent, which means we're going to lose more stuff.
I'm going to not pick it and feel bad.
Yeah, if he does another 8. Ooh. Ooh.
Or
Yeah, let's natural order.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've got ones to throw
I mean,
away.
it's
We've
not
got
quite,
Wall of
that's not-
Blossoms.
Yeah, that's not quite what we were thinking with a 4, but that's a 4.
It's a 4 and it's a type of value.
Yes,
we get to upgrade our Wall of Blossoms into a Woodfall Primus.
Yeah, on turn 4. Or turn 3, even.
Yeah, probably earlier. Like turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Signet, Wall of Blossoms, turn 3
Yeah, like if you
Natural Order.
can Stone Rain your opponent and then also have a 6/6 that comes back on the field, like
Yes. Yes, please.
yep. And I think we're gonna get either Baneslayer, Indrix, or for the name of the last card, but hello.
Hi.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's a 2 I like more than like the Goyf in the deck.
definitely.
Yeah. It looks like the only real pick in this pack. I guess like we could like we could make our 4 or something completely completely messed up.
Oh, we just pawed into it from like, Rex Age or
Uh,
Kitchen Finks, so
right,
it's a skin render.
Ah! I can't believe it was Skin Render.
If we had a way to shuffle it back, I'd totally say it, but we do not have a way to shuffle it back.
No, we don't.
So we draw it and it would be a dead card in our hand.
Yes, we would. Put channel scepters only channels only or sorry, scepters only instance.
I see Pelucranos, but I also see Garrick.
What? We can't.
Yeah?
No. We can't natural order into Garrick.
Can't. We also can't pot into Garrick.
If this breeding pool were Overgrown Tomb, I would be with you.
Okay, alright, fine.
If like like we're at the point where we're now that we have the value created, we need to allow the deck to grow. As you said, to win is the most value.
Right. Here's what will happen. We'll, hello. Yes. The Revelark. Yes, of course, the Revelark.
I mean, Revelark is king value.
Yeah, like we pod into that, get back our like Rex Age
Corsair,
and like
Pride
Wall
Mage,
Blossoms.
Wall Blossoms.
Yeah.
Pattern Rebirth is real, but like this is king value right here. This is
Right. And that fits with our pod plan very well. Here I think we need to take up the Council's judgment.
Yeah.
honestly, I do think we need the one piece of removal.
Fair. Alright, so how about we had everything from before?
Oh man, literally everything.
Well,
Well, Primal is great. Acidic Slime is great.
we,
Sunpetal Grove is great.
we just picked up Revelark.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay, we're doing it.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't get back what we were
Yeah.
looking for
Take the
here.
Goblet Shrine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We're doing it.
It's not a forest.
So we can fetch it with Windswept Heath. Yeah. Cool. Genesis Wave.
I like Fate's Fetters more than I like Council's Judgment.
Yeah, that's also very good.
Stormcirk Noble.
Oh, we didn't get it back.
No, we didn't. Okay, so I would have liked one more early ramp piece. We have Search
Yeah.
for Tomorrow.
But we ended up. Oh, we have Search. Yes, that's 3. That's okay.
I would have liked a fourth, but...
Yeah.
Alright, so now the deck needs to kind of come together.
Do you want to do the good old take all of them out, put it back together, or
We'll see. I'm first just looking at things that like look like immediate. I want to say something like these because I don't like our white. I don't know if that's right though. Anyway,
Right. Well, let's split up the creatures. This is what we have is not creatures.
Is channel worthwhile?
I don't think so. We never saw the
The top.
Eldrazi come by,
Yeah.
or the Karn, the things that can really benefit from it. I do really love me a Genesis Wave, but probably not for this deck.
Right.
I find Genesis Wave too much more.
Oh, I mean,
there is that. There is that.
honey.
We have to wait for 8, so everything we hit, we get to put in. Because I mean, like even if you look down at the bottom, we actually have 2 spells in our deck. Oh, man, we have 2 non-permanents in our deck. Is Genesis Wave actually nuts?
I think it might be. Also, like, okay, so I'm gonna do this.
Damn it, we can't make
Damn
cuts
it.
like this.
I can't make cuts. Well, how many cuts do we need to make? 7?
7.
Son of a gun. Okay. Let's move that out. Move the...
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Those aren't real cuts, though.
No, those are for lands. Okay, well, let's put all of our ramp pieces in a pile. Let's split this up by what the cards do in the deck.
Search for Tomorrow's here, and that's the ramp. Our ramp section isn't as strong as I would... Raphaelis.
Yes, okay. Alright. So then... Also Channel goes in that pile, I guess.
Yeah.
Then we have, I guess, like, our value low drops, which would be Scavenging Ooze, Kusali Pride Mage, Reclamation Sage, Kitchen Finks, Courser. Is Courser ramp? No, Courser's not really ramp, but it's card draw.
Right. It keeps our lands flowing, which is necessary.
Which is kind of ramp, but...
I think we can remove some of the top end, is what I'm thinking. Not all of, but some of. Like, do we need all of this?
Right,
How good is,
I think we kind of need the Angel,
removal?
just as a way to wipe our opponent's board.
Hellish Norn does that sort of as well.
That's true, so one of those two should stay. I think Elish Norn... I think it's more... Well, actually, Angel's more of a finisher in this deck, isn't it?
Yeah. It really is.
I mean, I really like Elish Norn, but I think that might be a cut. Because you don't need 3 7s.
Right. Okay. Let's cut Hellish Norn. He says.
Oh man, ugh, that feels really bad. But you know, it happens. What are we doing? We need to put Nissa and Fraley's in our ramp pile.
Sort of, but yes. That is what they do. This is going to be very good because we're basically mono forest. Speaking of which, maybe we want to remove more of the white stuff and be mono forest. Like, leave ourselves with some of the splash cards like Resto Angel, Fate's Fetters.
Right. And then
It,
like the high drops like Elspeth and Angel.
this is gonna be hard to cast.
It is.
And when I say hard to cast, I mean impossibly
Well, we
hard
have
to
Signet.
cast.
We have Signet for fixing, and Absence Pilgrim.
We have to draw those cards. Like we're talking triple.
That's true.
Like this
I
is.
know. That's true. So do we want Elish instead, just because she's going to be reasonable to cast?
Even then, reasonable is difficult there, but yes. Potting is more likely. Do I want to keep Elspeth in on that note then?
I thought this had just like a second win con.
No, we have a lot of second win cons.
That's true. Yeah, Elspeth can come out.
Like I'm thinking this here, where we kind of cut off the white because we only have very little white, and I only want to really include a single planes for Search Tomorrow if
Right.
possible.
What is Freylise's ultimate?
Freylace's ultimate is draw a card for each green creature you control.
But it's not a very big ultimate, so it's like reachable.
Right. Also, it's after you're making mana dorks. So.
Right. What is Nissa's ultimate? Actually, I forget hers.
Search your deck for all your lands, and they become 4/4s.
Then we Avengers in the car. All right. So what else do we need to cut here? What does Reveler get us back? And Ruffalos. Okay, so a lot.
A pretty good amount.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking it like we still need to make 8 cuts. I'm thinking like Channel Genesis Wave is.
Yeah, I think that combo's needless here. It's super good and really cool, but like, we still have to make 3 cuts after that. So, Polukranos is just like strong.
Mm-hmm. Let me sort this by CMC again now. Do I need to make? Do I need more?
Well,
I think this top end's fine at this point.
Logical. The main thing is that Elish can be potted for.
Yeah, we can tutor. We have multiple ways to tutor for Elish. We have 0 ways to tutor for Elspeth. We just have to naturally draw Elspeth. And if you remember last night, naturally drawing Elspeth is actually impossible.
I didn't catch the whole thing. Did you guys just not?
Never drew it.
Oh, great.
Like
Great.
there was the game with the Gargadon where like to draw Elspeth would have been an automatic victory with King Gargadon, but.
All right. Well, I'm looking at like Kosali. Like that's another piece of artifacts and enchantment removal,
That's
but
another
like
white piece too. I think,
that too. Yeah.
I think you're right there. I like getting rid of a white card if we're removing cards. Cut white, bring back Channel Wave.
I mean, I don't want to cut white completely. I'm just looking at things like because we still have to make 2 more cuts. Like I'm looking at like, do we need if we have Acidic Slime, do we need Rex Sage as well?
I like Rex Sage almost more than Acidic Slime, to be honest with you.
Okay, I think we should cut one of those 2. I think that's a redundancy in the deck.
Okay.
So 1 more cut.
One more cut. Maybe it would be like Polukranos. I don't know.
Polukranos just beats down, but
All right, I'm going to just for people have been asking what it looks like. This is what the mono green deck looks like. Actually, you know what? It's probably like this and then Channel Wave.
yeah.
Like this is the mono green deck. We lose resto value. We lose.
We lose Fate's Fetters. We lose like all our removal.
Yeah.
I think I still like the white in there because we do still have some fixing. Like it's not like we are devoid of like we need to add like maybe 1 planes to the deck. As we have the Signet, we have Absence Pilgrim, we have the Windswept Teeth and the Temple Garden.
Yeah. Well, we got to make choices quick here at this point.
Yeah.
We need. We still need 2 cuts.
Yes, we do.
Acidic slime and
Yeah, Acidic Slime, I think we can bring in Rex, like, that for, sideboarding, if we need to be extra hateful, but we already have, like, Fraley's and, Rex Age. One more cut. Yeah. Uh, one planes, yep. Perfect.
I am interested to see what the mono green build actually plays like. That would be interesting, but
We know a sideboard into it.
you know. All right.
Go.
If we find that the white isn't cutting it, like both
Yeah.
like mana wise or things like that, like we can just change it up. Or if we find we need more artifact destruction, honestly, it might be a real thing. Anyway, let's move.
Yeah, we can always turn into a Robotnik's Mean Green Bean Machine.
This is slow.
This is slow. It's a Courser on 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a castable Elsh Norn
Mm-hmm.
on 6.
I think I'm gonna try this.
That's right, yeah. And our opponent's gonna play Mountain. Oh.
What?
You!
What?
What?
Yeah!
Damn it.
No way. There indeed was another. Do I want to save the fetch for like trying to abuse?
Yeah, I think so. Not that we need another like white until after Courser hits the field, so
Unreal.
I know. Plus that gives us a shuffle. So if we don't like what we see on the top, we can shuffle it away and pick something else.
That was what I meant when I said like.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's also you just get an extra life.
Well, you don't.
Well, right, okay, fair enough. You don't lose life.
Yeah. Land tax.
What?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh lord.
We have to give the ramp deck a land tax activation.
Oh man. And we don't have to. What else do we do?
Yeah, I was say we lose the game if we don't, so.
Right. That sucks.
Crap. We have to basically let him thin his deck completely forever.
Yep.
Alright.
So what's in that land tax? Is the guy holding a bag?
Swamp?
Forest Swamp Swamp. Great.
3 colors,
Black
okay.
and white for land tax.
That's what it looks like. Channel does not avoid land tax. Let me tell you about how absolutely it does not. And yeah, here's literally the guy.
That's why we have. Yep, great.
Oh lord! I can't believe we're playing against us.
I know. Well, at least next turn we get to drop our Courser.
Yeah. And our opponent gets 5 mana.
And our opponent sorts it.
Yeah.
And on top we have. Oh, okay.
It's not awful.
I mean, if we're gonna get ahead on lands, let's get ahead on lands, you know?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So if we're gonna get ahead on lands.
I mean, whatever.
He did just ramp us into a Nissa.
Yes, which we can also protect with Resto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As if we can untap our Temple Garden to get a white.
Mm-hmm. Also, maybe we draw into something real. Alright, so this is where he plays his gigantic... stuff like that, yeah.
Right, right.
How about, like,
Hey.
Nissa into Finks?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's more defended.
And then next turn we can, resto the Finks. Oh, or next turn we can Hellish Norn.
When the
Yeah.
game ends and we
Mhm.
Elishnorn.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm just...
He needs to be able to kill Nissa next turn to stop us.
yes.
That require like another piece of removal. I mean, right now his hand is like what? Like he's how many lands has he fetched so far?
5.
Okay,
And this was not one of them.
he's right. So he has 4 lands in hand and then 3 other cards at least.
So technically the Finks... The reason I like Finks here as the defense is that, like, Resto Angel versus removal spell means we lose Nissa, but Finks versus a non-removing removal spell...
So like you'd have to have the swords here to stop us.
Yeah. And even then it just delays this one turn, which
Right.
sucks, but...
Yeah, because we still have the Windstep Teeth to go get the. Okay, so 10 cards in hand,
Oh,
land tax.
Christ.
So we bring in our or we try to find our Reclamation Sage.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to remove this forest and this swamp from the list. I'm
Okay.
very happy about plays that aren't immediately killing Nissa.
Right. As next turn, this is protected forever. Just okay, sure. We'll trade.
Do I block that even?
I mean, you can block that, and then he loses all his stuff next turn, and then we just reset our Finks.
Fair.
I mean, maybe he like has another removal spell here, but whatever. Then he's spending that on Finks and not on Elish.
Gain 1 life for each control.
Makes sense. It's gonna be completely worthless. Oh man, Elish versus that Elspeth is pretty good. I
Well,
wonder if that's
the Finks is going to deal with it.
that too.
So, we tap for white,
And Fetters.
and then we untap up to 4 target forests.
Sick nasty.
Then tap for white. And we can't leave up.
We can't keep up Resto, unfortunately. We're still net off that. But
Yep, Sack Tribe.
okay, yep, makes sense. Which means he doesn't get to land tax next turn. Unless we play a land, but I mean,
Yeah.
depends if we want to do that. I don't know if we really need to.
I'm gonna go kill Elspeth. He
Right?
he failed to find?
Did he? Is he out of basics?
That is entirely possible.
I mean, he didn't reveal something, or he never. No, wait, that doesn't reveal. It puts it on the battlefield.
Yeah, it puts it into play, and he didn't do
He doesn't
that.
have a, so then let's just play another Windswept. Let's
Yeah.
just play our lands out. Like, there's no point in sandbagging if he's just not has nothing left.
Yeah. Might as well thin my deck of a land.
Right.
Alright.
I mean, your opponent's done it plenty already, so
I'm gonna start making 4/4s, by the way.
good call.
Like,
You need 6/6s.
yeah! I just need to untap with this. Okay, Yavimaya Elder, well, you know,
Oh, does literally nothing, you mean?
you know. This guy is, I'm impressed by this man's dedication to the value as well. Like,
Yeah, I know. Uh, Unfortunately, there's a mirror image of ourselves. You know what? You should make the windswept heath a creature. If he tries to remove it, we can sack in response.
well, I mean, as long as it's not attacking, but yes.
That's true.
So yeah,
Ooh. Do we even show that?
I think I'm just going to use my board to murder
Yeah.
my opponent. Like, this is going to be target land you control becomes a thing.
And swing for 14. So your opponent's dead next turn.
Yeah. We have resto. Alright, we went bigger.
Big green!
Big green!
So how many bases does your opponent even have?
Looks like the count is 10. There's a planes in the yard.
Okay. So they have plenty of basics.
Actually, this is sorry, that one's a played one. 9. I've been kind of trying to keep track of this. This was not fetched with land tax.
Okay. So,
So,
we saw a path out of our opponent, and a bunch of dorks, and Elspeth.
ramp. We know our opponent is ramp.
Yes, they're ramp. We can bring in Plowunder.
We could bring in acidic slime.
Well, I guess Plowunder doesn't really do much if he can just land tax for his cards back.
Right. Whereas
Acidic Slime would be good.
acidic slime at least like does something. Well, okay, what about this? What's bad here?
What's bad here?
I don't know. Like, I think maybe we just stick with what we got. Stick to our
Yeah.
guns.
And if he shows us more next turn, we can then if we get more information next turn. Problem is, like, most of his ramp was just pulling out all of his basics.
Right. Well, he also had mana dorks, and I'm fine with this hand.
Yeah, perfect.
Um,
Do we turn 1 Temple Garden and pay?
no need.
Yeah. Okay, he didn't have a dork. That's good. Ooh. So if he plays the land tax, we can Reclamation Sage.
Yes.
Well, I guess he would have land taxed last turn, but
Maybe a signet.
maybe. That'd be good. Yes! Oh, well, it takes the Sage.
Well,
but...
it takes the sage, but that's also a force to take the sage. Like,
Right.
anything else he does is incorrect.
Eventually we Fraileys and just get rid of that anyway and get back a Reclamation Sage.
Yeah. So we need to draw into lands or cards that push us forward here. Like, we need to draw into kind of relevant cards.
That Hollow Scholar doesn't let you take lands, does it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Forced choice. And we need to draw... Ooh.
Ooh, 1 land away from that.
No, I would not like
We don't
that.
have anything to do anyway. If we need the white, we can just untap it. But yeah, naturally ordering for you know.
We can't grab Primus, because Primus is in hand.
We can grab our
Titan.
Prime Time, though.
Yeah, Titan.
Yeah. Sure thing.
Okay. We grab Progenitus. Hell yeah. Okay.
Come on, land off top. Yeah.
Alright.
Rip Arbor Elf.
Yep, you did well,
Sir
Arbor
Richie.
Elf. Thank you. I really wish it was Woodfall Premise, but this has got to be prime
whatever.
time. Like, it's...
Yeah, definitely. Like Avenger would get us 3 tokens.
Yeah.
Like, maybe-
This turns this on.
Maybe he can just path it, but who cares?
So I'm gonna just grab Windswept Heath Forest or something like that.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
no, like... Let's not even bother with...
Yeah. And it's like next turn we can play Thrag Tusk. Like, even if he can path this has done its job already.
Yeah. Well, hell, I can play, like, Frail Ace and kill off that Hollow Scholar. Basically, this needs to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
If he doesn't, then like if we draw a land and he lets us attack with that, it's like Woodfall Premium the next turn, and then he loses his Black Source.
yes.
I mean, he has Sakura Tribelver, but like unfortunately, Woodfall. Okay.
You know what? Mine come into play.
Yeah.
Mine come straight
And
into...
what he just okay, whatever. And so he doesn't have a way to answer prime times. That's very good for us.
Well, I'm gonna move to combat.
Yep. And I don't know, we play Freyleys or something. Maybe we just stick down the Thrite Tusk.
How about, like Freyleys could kill off Tidal Scorer?
Yeah, sure. That's not a bad idea.
I don't really want to grab that fetch.
No.
Honestly, do I need to kill off the Tidal Scorer?
Not really. I mean, it just gets you back another answer to an artifact or enchantment, and he has a land tax, but, like... Honestly, I kind of just want to play the Freyleys and then just pump it up. Like, if he just lets us make... I mean, I guess there's no really need for the mana either.
Well, the mana lets us cast Woodfall Primus. I only have 7 right now.
That's true. And also, Signet also does that.
But Signet doesn't do anything else.
That's true. Sure. That's like the Freyleys. And, like, we can let him attack with his Sculler into Freyleys and then just hit it back down to 3, but every time we make a dork...
I am really tempted to just kill off land tax, but... I feel like we're in, you know... We're in the zone where that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's weird to say.
Like, we're already at 7, he's already at 5, whatever. Like, he has so many ways to pull up basics, and he has 9 in deck.
Yeah, I think that was what we found. Yeah, Primeval Titan, basically the entire time period it was in Standard owned.
Yeah. Things were way too good.
I'm really happy with Primeval Titan thinning my deck right now. Like, that's the best thing I could have going on. My opponent
That's
is
something.
Elspeth, okay.
Sure thing.
I'll probably just attack that with Primeval Titan.
Yeah.
Or kill it with Woodfall Premise. You know.
Ooh. Just go for his face and then... And he can save his Elspeth if he blocked... Like, the problem with that Elspeth is that what you really want it to do is just constantly create soldiers by, like, -2, +2, -2, +2. But, like, that means you can't really do stuff with the soldiers to protect Elspeth.
Yes.
Because you're spending her to get rid of to get soldiers. Unlike the other 2 Elspeths where, like, you're fine doing that.
Scoos? Like that? I don't... Our opponent hasn't shown Reanimator, but this...
Yeah, that means it could be there just as a splash.
Anyway, I'm going to attack Elspeth with Primeval Titan.
Yeah.
Is it necessary? Is it necessary? Am I going to Woodfall Primus it down?
Then you could Woodfall the land tax.
Do I care?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands basics already. You get one more swing at it. Yeah, just go for the face.
Yeah.
Like, we have 2 6/6s with trample, like, and you can't answer the first one.
Right, that's my thought process. Like, if he could have answered Primeval Titan, he already would have.
Right.
And then I'm a Freylays to plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Primeval Titan continues its maneuvers.
Rampage.
Hello.
I found this. See, like, it looks like he's pulling apart the forest, but he's actually, like, just presenting it to you.
Hey, I found these trees.
Thank you.
Hey, I found some more trees. Yeah, yes, okay.
That's enough trees.
Put them over there.
Yeah.
Put them with the other trees.
Yeah. Hey, I found this building. Where did you... Okay. Don't quite know what that one did, but okay. Not sure what saving one life did.
I guess the cool thing about land tax here, and it's weird that I like it for this, with his board and everything that's going on, balance is useless.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has it, but it's
I
definitely
mean,
something
if we don't have it, he probably has it.
Right, he's us.
Yeah.
He's the dark beer of us.
He got what we didn't. He is what we aren't. We aren't what he is.
Yeah. We are the shadow, the true self. Or he is the shadow. I don't know. One of us is the shadow.
We're shadows of each other.
You're not me, is what I'm saying.
We're the real entity.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, see? He's got the Wall of Omens, we got the Wall of Roots.
Technically, our wall is better.
Yeah. Oh, because we can sacrifice it.
Yeah, this isn't green.
Yeah.
You're not me.
Yeah, Primetime going to get all the types, all the Ravnica duels.
Here's my game plan.
Attack him for a lot. Yeah, attack him for a lot.
Yeah.
Getting more forests. Where's the Avengers Zendikar when you need him?
I know. Basically, this is forcing near, like, infinite blocks.
Yeah. Our tokens are better than his tokens because they tap for mana.
This is 8. So my thought process here, I could have used Freylace before combat to kill Tidehall Sculler, but that actually still wouldn't have presented a lethal threat.
Mm-hmm.
This presents 6 points of damage and is pretty damn strong, but it's not technically a lethal threat.
Nope. Like, even if he has a Wrath, we still have the Thragtusk in hand.
Yeah. So I'm going to play Signet.
I guess the land tax does actually nothing now.
Yeah. Freylace Plus.
Yeah, next time we'll just draw 3. Casually. Oh, draw 4?
Definitely playing this. I mean, there's, again, like, no drawback to it.
No, if he Wraths, you still have a 3/3 on the board that can kill him. I mean, like, well, I can't even say his draws are going to be live, because apparently he's playing 8 non-basics.
Right.
Like, imagine land tax on our deck. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be great because we're actually putting extra lands on the battlefield, but still.
Yeah.
Like, we'd get all of our basics.
So yeah, you bring up the point that I was saying, was that I could kill off the... I could have killed off the Tidehall, but that it didn't represent a lethal threat.
Yeah.
Was the
and
reason
what's he got for us?
Something huge.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to us. Ooh! What does Iona do?
We can't cast spells of the chosen color.
We don't need to.
I mean, he only gets to play it because he drew Mox Ruby.
Right.
You're,
Good game?
You're still dead to this.
Goodbye, our shadow.
Yeah. D-Seals. I liked this. He only, again, the Mox Ruby is the only reason he could even play that.
Right.
So he must be he must have been some sort of reanimator.
Yeah, because you don't just casually play Iona. I mean, we would.
Well, I would.
Because, I mean, like, that's the greatest anti-value. Return to data.
Return to data. Yeah, so the Value Town, I'm so happy that Value Town is real. Like,
I'm so happy that worked.
Yeah, we
Like,
fought our shadow, and now we claimed their power, right? Like, that's how that works?
Now we get all their cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ah, crap. So we have to spend the next 20 minutes deck building?
Great, yeah, of course.
But yeah. That was... Oh, this was a... So I guess I didn't really show this one off too terribly close. This is one I did off stream that was kind of silly. This was the ramp it had.
Looks gross.
Yeah, this lost in round one.
What?
Yep.
What was your opponent's deck? Tinker?
I'm trying to. You know what? I. I don't quite remember which. Look, these all blend together after a point. So. Wonder if I can.
You can go watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember where
Go
it
to
is.
account.
It's an account.
Mm-hmm.
In games. And then. Oh god. I just want to remind myself what it was. Holiday Cube. This one, perhaps?
Yep. It's
Lookmon,
Lookmon, no
Oh
hands.
god, I remember it now. Oh god, it's all coming back to me. Yeah, I guess have I ever showed off this feature?
Oh, the replay?
Yeah, have I
don't
ever
think
showed
you
off the
have.
replay? I'm just showing off the replay. So 3 buttons down here. One is just play the game. One advances. I can't go back. So
Right, only goes forward.
we get. I get to cast like turn 3. Here's the trick. It's Skull Clamp, Rakdos Cackler. But yeah, this plays it at like a normal speed, like one play, and just kind of like rolls. But yeah, this is you'll get the CV getting crushed by basically mono red with a Skull Clamp and trying to burn rage.
Mono Red Cruise.
Effectively,
That's like the best standard deck.
yes.
It's just a mono red deck that happens to play, you know.
Now I do draw Terrastodon.
Okay, okay.
Also, that's me leveling up Destroyer Tree Speaker to a 1/4. Anyway, now I can cast Terrastodon, but he presents himself with Shrine of Burning Rage, and Skull Clamp, and Phyrexian Metamorph on Shrine of Burning Rage. So, okay. Cool, kill off all your guys.
Just kill you with burn.
And then he attacks all out and I die.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the replay feature is weird because I can't go back. Like, let me go back to yeah, so I get crushed here. I actually put him on 2. But anyway, let me go back and show off maybe like a. But yeah, this goes back quite a ways. I guess it's everything I've done in this client.
Right. Since you were forced to switch.
Yep.
Well, I guess we all kind of switched before we were forced.
Yeah. Well, actually, this looks like it should go back further. Oh man, I can see. Wow, I can see my rating. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did. So I guess in real life, I don't think this even exists anymore.
It does not.
Um.
Plays with Planeswalker points.
Yeah. Planeswalker points. I liked when it was rating, but
Mm-hmm. There were problems with it.
I'm biased. I had my invite to Worlds in 2009 was based on me being in the top 50 in the United States overall. So
Nice.
I'm biased about the system that was crushed because I was I was part of the system. But yeah, you have a number. This is based on the is it ELO or like how do you just say it 3 letters or was it a person's name? Like it's a chess rating system.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Is it yellow?
Well, that's the letters, but it's.
I don't know what it stands for.
Well, I think it's a person's name. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay. Hello. It is a person's name. I was in the match. Great.
Cool.
Elo.
So there's a 1/1 and there's an own 1.
Yep. But yeah, so it was a rating system that like based on. I guess it is weighted for event and it's weighted for what your opponent's rating is. So if 2 play like 1600 was the norm, which is why you probably like if you saw there my constructed rating is something like
15 something.
Right, because I've played 1 constructed event and I lost in it. That's like I don't play constructed like events.
Right.
You can see anyway. So yeah, the Electric Light Orchestra rating. But yeah, so like if you're playing against a player of equal rating, you gain points equal to the value, like the value you gain and lose points equal to the value of the event, which is how
Hmm.
like K value, if that was ever brought up. Like I don't, oh god, like 32K was like what GPs were, things like that.
Yeah.
So higher level events, you won and lost more rating, and if you played against higher or lower rated people, you won or lost more points.
Right. It's why a lot of pro players would never go to FNM, because if they happened to lose, they would lose so much rating.
Well, it wasn't. FNM was only an 8K event, so you would only
Right.
lose 8 points maximum. But you would
Oh,
lose.
okay.
You would lose 8 points, and you would
Right.
gain nothing. Like the bet, like a win there would get you almost nothing.
Mhm.
Maybe 1 point because of the difference in the rating. But they got rid of that system. But apparently it's still here on Magic Online. So go figure. There used to be buys for events tied into this. 1800, 1900, and 2000 got you 1, 2, and 3 buys at Grand Prix of those types.
Yeah.
Magic has a long history of how it's constructed, formats, and everything worked. That was a game won in 25 minutes.
Oh, good lord.
So,
Well,
well,
I just looked up my limited rating. It's 1723. So,
well,
above average.
it is, and the thing is it depends on how much you play too. Like,
Right.
I play a lot on here. Like, I guess maybe I don't know if it's a lot. It feels like a lot to me, but maybe to somebody else who actually like.
I mean, to grinders and, like, other streamers,
Right.
like, we're kind of in the
Yeah.
minority where we get on for, like, a draft or two a night.
Yeah.
Like, what you did, on Saturday where you streamed for, like, 9 hours.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that, like, a few times a week.
Right. And to me that was an event. I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't do that multiple times in a
Like,
row.
because Numot the Nummy, last year he did his stream every day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that got him a lot of followers. So, like, he actually, I think, manages to stream full time now, like, as his job.
Hmm.
And he plays a whole bunch of Magic. And also Hearthstone between rounds, because you need something to do.
Yeah. I just leave it on here and kind of chat over it because that's how it goes.
That's also fine.
Oh yes, there is a League of Legends uses the Elo system as well. I don't know how exactly they weight like the K value and such, but it's the same system. That's, I guess, important to know.
Hmm.
Hearthstone uses Jack All for their system.
Hearthstone uses you win stars and you get bonus streaks, and
Yeah,
then I guess they do something when you're a legendary, but I don't know.
well, to get up to a high rating, all that you need to do is win more than you lose.
Right.
And the streaks even make it so it could be you need to go 50-50 and you can end up at like a pretty high ranking. Once you get to, I think, 5th rank, you stop getting bonus streaks. You have to. I would not like the idea of full-time streaming either.
No. I'd get burned out by that.
Yeah, for me, this is something I do because I enjoy it, and to turn it into like I don't know, that would make it so it's like it's something I do because I do it. Like,
It's just a fun thing to do.
right, like this.
Like,
this is Value Town.
Yeah. But, like, I think of it like, I think, oh, I could do a cube of my own, but it's like, I think I'd rather have somebody else there to watch what I'm doing and, like, have input, so it's almost sort of like training.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, a good way to get better is to not do things on your own, but to have somebody else to critique it.
Yeah. Create product by destroying value. I mean, it's very much enjoyable.
It is. Hearthstone, when you're legendary, actually does pit you versus classes you're bad against if you're on a winning streak.
Well, you know what? That surprises me because to know that Hearthstone has any sort of weight behind its matchmaking, is I scoff at that.
Right.
I mean,
You always fight a worthy opponent.
I mean, again, I don't have as much gold as Kaz has sitting around, but that's probably because I've turned it more into cards, like by just running through arenas. Like Kaz
Right.
streams every arena he does.
Hmm. I'm
I do not.
I'm probably not done with Hearthstone until the end of the month when
Mm,
ratings reset.
okay.
So then I get some more easy wins to just farm some gold.
Yeah. So, so in that regard, I end up being the guy who has a pretty constructed deck that you run into if you're playing constructed.
Hmm.
Like I don't have every legendary chilling. Like I can't build warrior control because that deck needs like 8 legends to run. It's ridiculous. It's like okay,
Right.
your deck needs Ysera, Ragnaros, the Black Knight, and Cairn and other things, but I can still build like a mage deck with Antonitis and Ragnaros.
Hmm.
Though I guess my current mage deck is like a curve of 4 that stops.
Chugga
No.
chugga.
Logical both no, Kaz cannot give you gold because gold cannot be transferred, and 2, if gold could be transferred, I yeah, need gold. The fact that there's not a secondary market in Hearthstone is very strange.
It is. It makes it so. That's one of the reasons why I would rather just wait until my rating resets to get easier wins, because I have no way to I have to spend money to make my deck better at this point.
Right, and that's the part that makes it no.
Yeah. Because when I didn't play for a while and I was ranked 25 and I had a quest that said get 5 wins, it was like okay, that's really easy because I'm playing against chumps. I mean, not all chumps, for definitely, but I feel like at lower ranks, I just have more experience with deck building games.
Right, and then you can right because oddly enough, Hearthstone is a game that's sort of transcended past the card game circle, and because it's like a Blizzard game that's extremely popular. I know people that have
Right.
never played any other card game that play Hearthstone, and might not even realize that it transfers over to other games, or the ideas of card games aren't something they know. Like card advantage isn't something that is innately.
Hearthstone players are having a very hard time with Fel Reaver right now, as they don't understand that its drawback doesn't matter for the decks that play it.
Right. I I've encountered Fel Reaver I think 3 times in the arena.
Hmm.
Every time my opponent has cast it, they lose 15 cards from their deck and then lose the Fel Reaver.
Right. Well, that's
But
the
but that's arena where you can't build your deck
Right.
in that zone.
It's terrible in arena.
Well,
Like
it's not terrible in
it's
arena,
not terrible.
but it's much worse in
Right. You have to have a deck that can take it that uses that as top end
Yes.
to kill your opponent.
Yes.
Um.
Yeah. Billing, I've seen a deck that tries to play on Billing.
Right. I mean, there's some decks that just try to force you to draw your everything.
Mm-hmm. Rogue.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hearthstone has, like you said there, Hearthstone has pulled people into other card games just based on
Right.
it existing.
And that's why I think Wizards really needs to capitalize by changing how MTGO works.
I know, there's, this, it's a more stable system than it was before, but it's not a better system. That's
Mhm.
its problem.
Well, I just mean even monetization.
Right.
Imagine if Magic Online had quests that you could earn Phantom points in,
Right.
and then say they had a Swiss event where the payout was based on if you have 0, Good job.
Hmm.
Um, like if you go 0-3, you get one pack. If you go 1-2, you get two. 2-1, you get three, and 3-0, you get four.
Yeah, like the other thing I've been hearing about was a friend of mine has been telling me about Hex, which I'm going to give a try sooner or later here. I need to. That's a
Like
good question.
it's
Like I'm going to give that a try, like on a stream one of these days. Basically, when I have some time where I am just going to try that. From what I
uh
hear, it is a
I
lot
hear
more
it's
reasonable than Magic Online as far as cost goes. But
mhm. I
I
hear it's magic.
yes, I'm liking those
Wizards is
quests.
suing them.
I'm liking those quests. Those are really good quests.
That too. They also like because I mentioned this on Twitter earlier, but I was looking at currently I'm in Hasbro's like job system kind of, so like I get emails about new job postings,
Hmm.
and so I just took a look at MTGO is like a asking for a developer,
Hmm.
just a regular C++ or C# developer, and one of the requirements for that job they say is 5+ years of senior experience.
Okay.
So you're asking for somebody working in Seattle as a software developer with 5 years of senior experience to be taken a motion to work at your company.
Right. Like, take a major, because also from what I have heard, rumor wise, Wizards is not, like, as far as in the field, is on the low end.
Right. So a demotion, a pay cut, and probably a stress increase.
Yeah.
Um. So basically, like they don't have the money to run their department correctly, or they don't have the know-how to run their department correctly. Yeah, which
Yeah.
doesn't pay shit. Like especially for Seattle, where you have Microsoft and Apple and Amazon,
Right, and if you're a senior dev, like, with
you're
5 years
making
of actual.
of
Uh,
actual senior development, not just regular development.
you know.
Like that's the thing that gets me. It's like I look and I'm like, oh, maybe it lasts for like 3+, like kind of a standard is like a ship title 3+years for a developer position of
Yeah.
like developer work.
Yep.
But they're asking for a senior.
Which means that they had the 3+ years, then they got the developer, lead dev job, and now,
Yeah.
years later, okay. But yeah, so there's work that needs to be done, and I guess the thing is that there's now major competition, and I kind of
Mhm.
wonder what it looks like from the inside. Uh, like, is it like a hands in the air fire sort of reaction, or is it like a scoff, will never be dethroned
Honestly,
reaction?
I think most of them still think of their company as a traditional game company, like that makes a paper card game, and they think that MTGO is just kind of there as well.
It depends on how well MTG, like Paper Magic, is doing, and I guess those statistics aren't things that are revealed.
Yeah.
I know that the game does have like always a larger and larger amount of players, like that
Hmm.
growth is still there, but you can't depend on infinite growth in a industry like that. Like you can,
Right.
there isn't a such thing as infinite growth.
Hmm. Like I don't know how they can like look at like big name websites like Polygon like got some spoilers for the next new for Gnomes vs Goblins,
Yep.
and they did a whole bunch of coverage for it.
Hmm.
Like how can they look at that and say, we don't really need that.
Well, they kind of do that with their spoiler season, like, but it's
Right.
more internally. It's not like
That's
we're
the thing.
reaching out to.
It's not like it. It's not like it's being shown on IGN or on like the closest I think is like Forbes gets one. Like it's not going to like yeah, like I remember hearing MTGO a while ago that it is half of their money.
My God,
Yeah, this
game two
is
is still in progress. This is kind of nutty.
hopefully Double Drain takes it. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter much right now because they have 10 minutes, but
56 minutes is the long, like it's match 50, which is 25-25.
mhm.
Which and then there's 3 minutes of sideboarding, so 56 is the longest this could go.
Yeah,
Um,
like you remember like sometime last year, you hopped on Phil Kohler's stream when he was doing the all left run.
All left. It was like three, and he went 3-3 with that or something like that.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
won the first three, and Ambisagris was getting super angry
yeah.
about it.
I remember this because it was hilarious.
And like he's kind of the reason why Polygon does so much coverage for their site because he's fallen in love with it. And I've like mentioned in his chat before about MTGO, and he's just kind of like, yeah, Magic is like a lot more complicated, and like it's harder to just like get into and all that kind of stuff. And it's like,
That's an extremely true thing. Is that Hearthstone? The game of Hearthstone only has about 6 to 700 cards
mhm.
on count.
That's,
Yes, Kaz did do that and went 5-3 with it.
yes,
But yeah, like they're Hearthstone at this point. I guess this is kind of like a. I guess newer games have a lot less baggage with them to get into. Netrunner kind of works the same way in that the game still is only less than 6 cards and isn't a huge deal to get into as far as like learning what is good, what isn't, and kind of the card pool.
and
Whereas,
that's what Magic does with Standard almost.
but Magic isn't segregated like that. You don't get
Right.
into Magic and see, oh, there are only 2 years of cards. Like, no, there's a large release every 3 months that also, and there's also all these older cards. I know a lot of people that got into the game physically through playing EDH, and it's stunning that they don't even want to play other formats because like in the EDH even there's this, oh well, there's EDH it spans the scope of Magic, but honestly there's only about 700 or so cards that get played in the format. So they like when they play EDH and run into somebody who's playing something completely different, they have no idea how to even react or don't know what the cards even do. Yeah, Arena is at that point where like your opponent could have any number of things, and it's very hard to. One of the things I say a lot about a Hearthstone is that there's no correct plays. What I mean there is that there's no way to play around every single possibility. It's just not doable.
Right, and like, so that's like the nice thing about a Magic draft, is like there are 250 cards that can be in this draft. You'll see about 120 of them pretty often. Another 80 of them kind of often, and then like the rest of them you'll see once or twice.
So you can know, okay, like when I play cons, I always talk about what my opponent could have.
Right.
And that's a small set. Like, if my opponent has single green up, there's one card they could possibly cast, and it's
Right.
like the Delve green instant.
And honestly, that's why I think what they need to do for MTGO is like just make it like take the most recent, like take the standard legal sets and just give everybody all the commons. Like give everybody 4 commons from that set.
Yeah.
Oh, we finished.
Looks like somebody timed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Arena kind of does that in the sense of rarity, as there's cards that you only see, so, like legendaries in the Arena are not common.
Right. But there's so many commons.
Right.
Like there's so many
I guess
basics and
at this point, at least with Hearthstone, you can kind of simplify the commons to, okay, well, what could he play on 4? A Yeti or worse. You know? With Magic, as far as drafts, usually they don't do, like, a standard draft because the two blocks don't interact as well, but also because 6 packs, as far as a draft deck goes, the power level is very high. What you're probably looking for is sealed, where it's just you open up 1 pack of each set in standard and build.
I've done a standard sealed before.
Yes,
It's weird.
It's
Actually,
interesting.
I think the deck I built was base green, white, splash red, blue for Mercurial Chemister. You know that guy who's tap, draw 2 cards, and tap discard a card and deal damage equal to CMC?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. But
I played full Ravnica sealed a couple times.
that's interesting.
I think those were a couple streams. Those were I won the die roll. We're back here now.
Yes, great. Back to game. Great.
You can't see my thumbs up, but I'm giving
Thumbs are
it.
way up.
Yeah.
Look at all the life we can gain.
Look at the turn 3 Thragtusk. So here we go. I'm happy to be back playing Magic.
Yes. This makes MTGO all worth it.
Alright, so turn 3 Thragtusk is pretty strong.
Ooh. Cast that.
I'm gonna go
We do
grab.
have an exiled can be cast zone now.
Yep, I'm going to remove the planes from our deck.
Mhm.
And I guess we're just going to continuously draw lands, but oh, cancel.
Signets, how do they work?
Yeah. All right, turn 3 Thragtusk. That's a good
Great.
start.
Remove him, I dare you.
Opponent did do some ramp and fixing, maybe. I don't know if that's fixing, but it definitely could be.
Could be. What do you got for us?
Oracle.
Ooh.
Ultimate.
Was fixing.
Was fixing.
Ooh. I mean, I think that baits the ultimate price, but that keeps our Thragtusk around, so...
Right. Let's go ahead and play that.
And then, like, next turn, we can, you know, if he doesn't get rid of it, we can Finks, toss our Finks and grab, I don't know, Avengers Zendikar.
I think I want to play the Finks.
Yeah?
Because he's
Okay.
more than likely going to just kill this Fauna Shaman off.
Yeah, that's true. And just get more pressure on the board.
Right.
I was like, this is a 2-turn clock.
Counterspell
Ooh.
on top of library.
Okay. He's not pricing? He could still price. Ooh.
Yikes. I don't have a good answer to Sower of Temptation outside of, like, Elish Norn.
Yeah.
That's very bad.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Ultimate Price on Fauna Shaman.
Yeah.
So I need to draw, like, drawing Elish Norn would be extremely good. Oh.
Oh, or not. So
Oh.
drawing a green creature would be good. Or any creature.
Okay. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, we're kind of already there, Rufalos.
What do we want?
What can we play this turn? We can play Primetime this turn.
We can. I don't know what that gets us.
It's more lands. Because I'm just thinking, like, because if we wait till next turn, he has Counterspell.
Counterspell, so it just fails. Primetime is pretty real.
It's like we grab Elish Norn, we can't cast.
Woodfall Primus we can't cast.
Right. Avenger we can't cast. Like... And nothing else we can grab can kill off his Sower.
So I guess you're right in that it does want to be... Like, Revel Art doesn't have enough recursion targets right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and grab the Primetime and start thinning.
Yeah, and that'll
guess-
make it more likely we draw another creature.
We're gonna have problems dealing with just breaking through Counterspell, I guess, but
Yeah.
at least with Fauna Shaman in play, like, I can draw live more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
This is the prime time he has to kill it. Like, so we can attack with Thragtusk, otherwise it's just stuck there.
And I will grab the Windswept Heath this time around.
Yes. So that we can crack it to get another land out of our library, because we do want to just...
I'm willing to attack.
Okay. Yes. Any of our blocks seem fine.
Yep. Maelstrom Pulse on the top.
Oh, Lord.
And he's got Shardless Agent, which will bypass the Pulse.
Goodbye, Maelstrom Pulse. And there's the...
Soul
Control
Ring.
Mat.
Wow. So
Sure, wow, okay, great.
our opponent's got a lot of maneuvers.
Yeah.
Our opponent also dropped shields.
They have, still Caryatid.
Oh, they do. Right, you're right.
Unfortunately.
Sad. Well... So cards in hand are Counterspell and Ultimate Price. Like, those are known.
Right. This is probably the price. Yeah. On the shaman.
It makes sense. Control magic on
Yeah,
this one.
that's true. So basically lose this one. Unless we can draw something like Sick Nasty. And then it still gets countered. Hmm.
Yeah, more than likely gets countered, but
I think we just need to bait it at this point so that we can, like, play an Elish Norn. Because an Elish Norn still keeps us in this game.
yeah.
Like, it gets us back our Thrike Tusk. And, like, it'll shrink our prime time to be blocked by Norn.
Do I care to attack with things here?
Yeah, go for it. Go for the throat.
Use Primetime's ability. Let's continue to remove lands from my deck.
If Avenger doesn't get countered, that looks real good here.
So we'll go ahead and play out the Scavenging Ooze and see what occurs.
Yep. Does he have creatures in the grave right now? He does. Shardless Agent.
Shardless Agent. And I have creatures in my grave as well.
Mm-hmm. And he just counters it.
Yep.
So we also revealed Trigon Predator, Shriek Maw, Treetop Village.
So this is control magic on Titan, which means I really need to draw a way to kill control magic more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's out of cards. So my draws like Woodfall Premise, Reclamation Sage, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And let's not kid ourselves, it's going to be a land, but...
It's fine. Let me remove this, stop my upkeep, and there's a land. So,
Yeah.
this game, I think, ends here, effectively. Like,
Yeah, like he attacks with prime time, and...
it's really depressing that that's a land, because that's a 1 in 4. Like,
Okay. Our opponent's deck is nasty.
yes.
And we want to bring in our,
Acidic Slime?
yeah, we want our Acidic Slime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Magic Online. It kind of sucks here because we're 1 in 4 to draw a land next turn, and it, like we know what it is though.
Mhm.
I like my
Yeah.
opponent's deck.
We have... Yeah, our deck has 6 lands left in it?
Mm-hmm. No, 5.
Oh, 5, yeah.
No, is it? No,
yes.
there's a Windswept Heath in my grave. That's
Oh, okay, yeah,
that's
so
why the
5.
math is off.
Right.
We are
So, yeah,
straight 1 in 4.
Actually 1 in 4.
And we're 10% on drawing a way to kill control magic. We're also like not only that, but Elish Norn would be a strong play because he's not going to actually draw that Garrick he's shuffling right now.
That's true.
What other? I'm trying to think of other strong draws. Avenger of Zendikar is enough blockers to live forever, and it's also the reason I'm
Yep.
holding the land.
Yeah, because then we play that, then we have a bunch of... Then we have 10 1/2s.
Yes.
So we just, 3 on Thrike Tusk, 6 on Prime Time.
Revel Arc would be an acceptable draw because of the Fauna Shaman. I guess also Resto Angel to reset Finks would give me some time.
Mm-hmm. Rest only will let you block,
Which is why I'm
he's
not
at
going to
6
block
right
here.
now.
I'm not blocking here. Yeah, he's at 6. So I'm not blocking here because of Resto draw, in case of that.
Mm-hmm. Not quite it.
No.
Does let us block Thrike Tusk?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we actually may just need to block the Prime Time, because...
We'll die if we don't.
Yeah, we might just be dead anyway.
We'll find out. I'm not going to... Because of the information we're gaining off of Oracle, I'm not going to concede without flipping up a fight.
So, we want a way to get rid of his green mana as early as possible.
That would be good.
Because like if he didn't have that signet, he would be stuck.
So we're not dead.
Right, he's not drawing cube. So he's just showing his cards because he keeps searching for stuff.
Right. But also we're still...
Stuff on the top.
Okay,
Oh, he's back.
that's a good top deck. So the only blocks that keep me alive are this. So I take 4. 2 flying, 2 there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and do that. Sadly, because of Sylvan Caryatid, a draw of Elish Norn does not flat win us the game.
It's land.
And it's a land. I attack you. Our opponent is like deadly afraid. I'm going to go ahead and kill off his oracle. Just this gives me. Okay, try that. I think we've seen most of his deck. It's very strong.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's very good. It's like, I mean, it seems like it's blue, green, splash, black, but we've seen way more like black lands and mana sources.
Yep. And one more free C impulse. So.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So moving on to 2.
All right. We only saw one counter spell.
Yep, and it was counterspell. Acidic Slime is a absolute like bonkers card here. Elspeth isn't really good enough.
The thing about Elspeth is that he can't steal it.
Reasonable. Okay, let's go with that then. So Elish Norn I still think is strong, even with theft, because he can't steal it with Sower. It's not possible.
Right. So we'd have control magic to get it, but like even then we'd kill his whole board.
Yeah. So what do we want to bring out?
I think Primetime isn't very good against his deck.
That's fair.
I mean Primetime's really good, but like
that is fair, and that's
he just steals it.
To click on. I'm also. Oh my god.
You want me, right, boss?
Hey, boss! It's my turn to shine. Pride Mage.
Yeah. Pride Mage isn't just like gets rid of his, turns off his control magic unless he targets Pride Mage.
Yeah. Hey, boss, you wanted Godless Shrine, right? Oh my god.
Lord.
So, Pride Mage out,
What does Faith Fetters do? Stops our things that he steals from attacking us?
Walkers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we did see some stuff we want to deal, so we want to keep that in.
Bring a wall.
And do we want to bring in Elspeth?
What for here is again the question.
Just as a threat he can't.
No. I mean, what?
What comes out?
For?
That's a good question.
Polukranos can kill Sower. Good call.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Polukranos in for. These are all difficult choices because I don't have a ton of things I want to.
Do we have? Is Pod a good card against our opponent right now?
I still believe so.
Okay.
We haven't seen it. That's probably why we're. Honestly, we don't have it. If we took out our 6, maybe not. I don't know.
That's true, because then we can't get up to Elish Norn and Avenger. That's it. And like, I don't think we have time against our opponent. I think we need to be threatening to him.
Yeah.
Like, I know Pod's so good, but like, it gets us up to like Revel Arc and then stops.
Okay, let's do that. And I guess no Elspeth?
No. I guess not, because we don't have time to figure out what to take out.
That's fine. Would you like to play first? Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to mulligan? Yes.
Yes. We're not going to draw anything but lands.
But what else can I do? Like, what's my 5 look like?
Worse than this.
This is awful.
This is terrible. At least we can thin our deck a little bit.
We're gonna draw 4 lands. I know this.
Of course. But, I mean, you know.
Give me Temple Garden. No.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Life.
Don't mess with Tusker. Sylvan Library.
Okay.
Hey, this looks familiar,
Okay.
except for sllower.
Except it's Finks instead of a Thright Tusk on 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So our opponent's getting perfect draws for a while.
That's fine. And by fine, I mean there's nothing we can do about
Yeah.
it, so we kind of have to deal with
We
it.
do, but hope we find Reclamation Sage or Ooze.
So, a cool thing to note, I'm going to attack. And I'm thinking about just Fates Fettering that, because nothing else I Fates Fetter will ever function.
Right.
So, the cool thing about Sylvan... I guess I want to bring up Sylvan Library's actual text. The card itself has a little 0 activated ability on it. This does not. Like, Fates
Right.
Fetters would be able to... Like, the card has...
Functional errata!
Yeah. Talren Sky Summoner, okay.
Okay.
Just keep
Well, we're
coming
getting
on
pretty
in.
close to that premise of just plain lands, so... Sure, probably steals the Tusk.
Yeah, but what else can I do but play the
Right,
Tusk?
I know. At least that gets us up to 30.
That would be too good. Basically any... There's control magic.
Yeah, okay, of course. So, we have 3 cards that answer control magic. And it's land, so, you know, there's that.
We can just draw dead for a while, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
We again, like, this was known.
Yeah.
Anything that changes how, like, the draw works and, like, making it stronger would be way too good. Shriek Maw, okay.
Alright, so that's an attack with Thright Tusk.
Yep. I'm not killing the Thragtusk because I want it back.
Right. Ooh, okay. So we are 1 land away from just snatching the Primus? And getting our Thright Tusk back by killing his control magic?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Paying life!
Damn. Is he comboing off this turn?
I don't think he's a combo deck. We've seen enough to know that he's basically not.
Right.
Garrick? Garrick.
Yeah. Jeez. Does he gain life equal to toughness?
Yes.
Okay. He's probably just plussing, yeah. So, if we draw land, we have to destroy the Garrick here, unfortunately.
Yep.
Ooh. Well, that's a shame. I think we'll probably lose this one, but not much I think we could do about that, unfortunately.
Right.
Like, our opponent played a turn 2 Sylvan Library and we drew lands, so...
Well, we had to keep a very subpar hand. That was...
We did.
That was probably the biggest thing about it, was just having to keep, like, the world's worst hand.
Man, if only we could have kept the first hand, because it was 1 land away from being excellent. Lock the rest of the scoos.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's basically restoing the Thright Tusk minus getting back to 3/3.
So-
That gained us 5 life.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Okay. pretty sure we still lose, but because now our opponent can, still just Garruk the Freyleys and just kill it.
I know. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
yeah. But it saves us a little while because we get the Thright Dust back, so we can block with it next turn.
He's also one turn away from halting this.
Yeah, he is. That's fine, because we're finally going to draw our 8th land. Is it 8th?
Eighth.
Yeah. 8th land next turn.
Okay, so he's not killing Freylace because he's going to kill Freylace with like Shriekmaw.
Okay.
And he wanted to get more board control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we can get rid of our Resto Angel because we can't get it back anyway.
Yeah.
And,
I'm also gonna eat Finks for a free life.
Yep.
Because I can't recur that either.
That's true, because it's not under Revelark size.
And his Tameo.
Hopefully he keeps our Thrytus tapped. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I accept.
Sure.
I accept. Okay.
Oh, now a land would be so sick.
He's paying more life to draw some cards.
Because he can, why not?
Mm-hmm. The moon. Alright, yep, kill off that. And now we just have chump blockers forever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we just chump the...
What we can.
Yep. I mean, he's got to have a counterspell in hand, right?
Probably.
Whoa. Okay, then. I mean, it gets rid of his token, too, so... Well...
I mean, Garrick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like... We get ourselves a 4/4 that... Well, actually, is that Pernicious Deed? It's each artifact creature, so it does hit creature lands.
Yeah.
Well, we can get rid of Garruk.
He can pop deed for 0 in response.
Oh, that's right. Sigh.
Basically, this doesn't work.
Well, if Nissa lives...
Nissa won't live. Why on earth
yeah,
would Nissa? Why on earth would Nissa
true.
live?
I've heard sometimes. He just paid life for 2.
Well, he can.
I know he can. It's just like...
He's in no way threatened by me.
I know.
So now I'm gonna draw the land now that I've blown up one of my lands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You don't even get the land.
Cameo's getting dangerously close to ultimate.
See, these are the kind of games of Flood I love, where you get flooded out for the first few turns, and the rest of the game you don't get enough lands.
To me, it's more we weren't able to actually put any pressure on our opponent.
Nope.
And now he's come back and crushed us.
Yeah.
Not good enough!
Unreal.
So
we lose.
absolutely. Like, he taps down my Arbor Elf and then attacks for lethal.
Yep. Unless you... Well, no, he can't even do that, because you can pay for one of them, you can't pay for 2 of them.
What? No, he taps down, like, He's
No,
got
no, I'm
6
saying
power.
I was living in the fantasy world where he accidentally kills himself with Sylvan Library
Oh,
or one out.
he can't actually because he
I
doesn't
know,
have the 4 life to pay.
right? So he could pay down to 3, then it'd be too low.
Yeah.
So if he had exactly 8,
So yeah, we got crushed by this.
by this absurd deck.
I'm unable to draw. There we go. Ha, with the Woodfall Premise in hand. So yeah, that was the Value Town. I think our opponent had quite the Value Town anyway.
He did, yeah.
He was
His deck was kind of more value than ours was.
Jarek. I have not seen this in play more than once, I believe. Like
It's
kind
very,
of junk, but it's also kind of good.
there's just so many options on it.
Well, like,
Destroy planeswalkers, make creatures, destroy creatures. Like it's the same thing with Jace the Mind Sculptor. One of the powerful things about it is just how much options it gives you.
yeah. So yeah, that was the Value Cube. So
Yep.
thanks everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed
Yes.
the Value Cube.
And hope you all have a nice, not necessarily going to say Christmas because I don't know if you celebrate Christmas, but have a nice holiday.
Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy
The festivities.
Thanks, Kabanaw, for joining, and thanks everybody
Yes.
in the zoo.
Thank you for having me.
Good night, everybody. Afternoon. Yes, yeah.